69% of young millennials use at least one form of video piracy. Of that group, a whopping 60% are streaming content without paying for it. These streaming millennial criminals, or what we call streaminals, watch what they want, when they want, where they want, and they don't pay for it. A mummy who broke out of his sarcophagus wrote this: Reblog if you're a streaminal. This is your queen. That's a man in women's clothes. That's a drag queen. What the frick? I'm still convinced this entire movie was a mass hallucination. A movie where every scene that takes place in America has a garish red and blue filter on it. At one point there's an exterior shot of the White House, but the flagpole above the main entrance is flying the Canadian flag. This is never remarked upon. Later on there's a scene where the American president, who is inexplicably wearing a Coast Guard dress uniform, gazes pensively out the Oval Office window, through which the Statue of Liberty is clearly visible in the middle distance. I want a movie about a guy who runs for president and wins but then suddenly realizes that he doesn't want to be president, so he just starts doing ridiculous things all the time trying to get impeached, but it never works, because they always miraculously end up being the right thing to do. Like, he declares war on Canada. Next day it turns out that Canada had secret plans to nuke Washington. He bangs Doritos. Turns out they're the #1 cause of cancer and natural disasters. He sends his vice president to jail. Turns out the VP was a terrorist in disguise. He has 100% approval rating. Most popular president ever. I've decided that I want him to be played by Jeff Goldblum. My nephew likes to play McDonald's, which is what you'd expect it to be. He says, "Welcome to McDonald's. How may I help you?" After you order, he says, "Okay, coming right up," and pretends to give you your food. He has another game called Silly McDonald's, which is the same thing, except no matter what you order, he says, "Here's your cold hamburger." I know I'm biased, but he's a comedic genius, as far as I'm concerned. The last time I saw him, he said, "Let's play McDonald's." So I assumed it was regular McDonald's, but then he hit me with a cold hamburger. It was Silly McDonald's the whole time. I got played. I hope that baby Yoda grows up to talk like a normal person and we find out Yoda was just a freaking freak. IRC Yoda's speech patterns were explicitly stated once to be due to his age. It was something along the lines of that the rules of grammar for basic had changed between his youth and the time of the Star Wars movies. So it was essentially like if an Anglican priest from the Elizabethan era had taken refuge in a swamp in Louisiana and was trying to impart his ancient wisdom on some farm boy from Texas. That's so cool. How did I not realize that? Man drives from his backyard to his front yard via his living room. It was just one of those spur of the moment crazy things. Florida. Jones is not being charged with a crime because there's nothing against the law about driving a truck through a house, as long as it's your truck and your house. Those depictions of Jesus as a blonde white man while also being in ethnically plausible surroundings have interesting implications. Like imagine giving birth to the first white man you've ever seen, and it's like having a pink-haired kid in an anime. Oh crap, he's the main character. You can't be nice to everyone because being nice to certain people is inherently cruel to others. This is a nice tweet. In Judaism we have a saying that goes roughly if you're merciful towards the cruel, you end up being cruel to the merciful. Me, in tears, halfway through writing a 300-word essay. I can't do this anymore. Person on row 3 who's writing for fun. Words, 1,920,265. Inconvenient truth. These are the same person. My roommate found a bag with a tooth at the bar one time and showing people, and a guy said he'd buy the tooth for $100, and soon as it was in his hand he popped it in his mouth and crunched it up and swallowed it, and told him that if he had any other teeth he wanted them. Retired tooth fairy. I'm horrified. Warning. Remote areas ahead. For the next 1,000 miles it's just you and whatever human lizard hybrids the genetics lab discarded here. Is that a promise? Road trip who's coming? There are 3 brands of character songs. Any song you associated with a character will fit one or more of these categories. 1. The lyrics fit. 2. The song just carries those character vibes, oftentimes inexplicably, regardless of lyrics. 3. You really like that song at the same time you like the character. These are the facts. 4. Exactly 1 lyric in the entire song fits, but it fits so well you're going to keep the song anyways. If you ever feel you're good at driving, just remember that this exists, a roundabout, made of roundabouts. Wow, okay, unfollowing now, was a big fan of their music, didn't know their lead singer blew up a nation. Wow, okay, unfollowing now, was a big fan of him blowing up a nation, didn't know he was in an indie band. Me, picks up power tool, brain, don't do it. Me, presses trigger twice. Married pilot couple reveal what it's like to share a cock. I'm listening. X-ray of a hammerhead shark. So I cannot reblog this since I commented on her family's child slave once after she made me mad with some bullcrap post about Greek culture, but I just wanted to say this is me when I accidentally sniffed bleach. This website is free. Dolly Parton. Your beauty is beyond compare, with flaming locks of auburn hair, with ivory skin and eyes of emerald green. Your smile is like a breath of spring. Your voice is soft like summer rain. Dolly Parton. Side note, I might legit be into Jarlene. Mind your business. What do you do for a living? I try my best. Salt and Vinegard chips are snacks for freaking masochists. Literally the entire flavor of the goddamn chip is acetic acid, which will hurt your tongue, and then just salt on top of that to hurt it worse. It's brutal. This chip is designed to hurt you. OP, you are weak. Society when we admit that all those vampires pursuing teens were literally just ancient pedophiles. Hi engineer, what are your thoughts on this? Halo Infinite has cat girls. More diversity than ever. Cover up, cover up, cover up. Fixed a validation issue that allowed savvy users to make it look as though another blog sent them an ask. What was the ask? Sending this as a non-cause I'm shy, but do you like chubby white dudes? What? She's cry so much. She was forced to do laundry when she was 21, sobbing and shaking. She had to do the dishes. Laundry and dishes are done. Done forever. You guys are not gonna freaking believe what happened. If you don't take the succulent pups on the floor at Home Depot, you really aren't living life to its fullest. Why does everyone in the background look like they've been kidnapped? He wants them to watch. Adult life is truly just thinking I need to clean, while dealing with the 17 other things that have a hard deadline. When you're unemployed, that's the real you. Who spilled water on this tweet? Erwin Scrodina from real life is in a quantum state of frickability, being both frickable and unfrickable at the same time until observed. 60 dogs crushing cats with their love. Sometimes the affection isn't so mutual. Please do cite the deep magic to me actually. I may have been there when it was written, but I am very forgetful. Sushi and iced coffee is such an underrated combo. People just don't know yet. Why don't you post this on your Twitter or something? The vet needed to shave my baby's legs for the anesthesia and now she just has little boots on. Met Gala invite when? Finally, boots with the fur. Deep voices on women are so soothing to me, you Elmo sounding hoes be giving me anxiety. The Wikipedia app is a healthy and satisfying replacement for social media like nicotine gum or whole wheat hamburger buns. I freaking hate Twitter and I hate the topics feature, but this one time, this single time, they got me. They should make former US presidents live in ruined cathedrals, where people can fight them like a bloodborne boss. Goo-oh. Ooga hogaga, this guy's clearly on milk. White girls hunting me in packs. Bimbo. Being autistic in high school. 5th grader's report card with straight A's and at the bottom the teacher wrote extremely violent and dangerous young man. If a minotaur was hunting me in a maze I would just leave. I'd frick him. I'd frick him too. Love wins. I can fix me. Gotta do everything by my freaking self around here. The more time I spend on this site the love and affection I have for North American opossums goes up and up. Like look at this. Opossum katamari. Frick it. Possum orb. Still thinking about the girl I heard on the subway loudly talking about how her favorite thing about NYC is that skyscrapers have to be as far down into the ground as they are tall and how that's beautiful. Then this guy was like, oh IDT that's true. And she was like, no it is. Shows up 15 minutes late covered in swamp slime and black lipstick marks. Sorry I'm late, I had a meeting. I think you were distance limbed. Should I buy a house? Or a link to a picture of a pixelated monkey? Me and my mutual sit at a circular table in a war room and discuss posts. Good people are reincarnated into kittens that are adopted by girls with big naturals. Yeah sure I'll reblog that. Gay culture is being gay, you don't have to take it further than that. Especially if you have terrible taste. What is the police's favorite gaming console? Wii U, 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 Wii U. Green tea, in all forms, is the most healing thing. You know, I drink green tea and I'm like, wow maybe life is beautiful, I'm not evil anymore. I want to build community, the earth is healing. Yeah until you start crapping yourself. Can't praise those teas and not tell people that they have laxative effects. I found it. I love this website because you can make a post about anything and people will react like it's a personal attack against them and everything requires several disclaimers. Just saw someone get unreasonably mad at that post about green tea being good because no one mentioned that drinking too much tea can act as a laxative and it's irresponsible to talk about it without mentioning that. Are any of you okay? We be cutting onions and this fool thinks he's getting treats. Babe wake up, new pathetic looking cat just dropped. El Muchacho Monday. Wait, are you actually depressed? I thought we fixed that as a society by watching BoJack Horseman. This post has a hidden message. You got it boss, I'm putting my sunscreen on now. Cock Appreciation Day, 14th of October. It's Dick Day on the 14th of October. Mark your calendars, fellas. Today's the day. Happy Dick Day 2021 everybody. Why are stoners so polite? Because they always take the high road. Unethically non-monogamous but not in a cheating way. Polycule powered by blood magic. How to smoke from a bong. Smoking a bong for the first time can be confusing, but it gets easier once you know. Really important article. Leaving this treasure in the tags is a crime. You're not supposed to Google it WTF, you're supposed to have an intimate moment with the first person who offers you a hit from a bong where they help you light it and lift the bowl for you and tell you when to inhale while looking into your eyes, and then when you're stoned you think you're in love with them. To the tune of for he's a jolly good fellow, for he's a poor little meow meow, for he's a poor little meow meow, for he's a poor little meow meow, but I could fix him myself. Hello Julia, for too long you have used minimalism to get away with creating bland and ugly interiors for your clients. You charged people money to make their homes look like hospital wards. The key to unlock your trap is pure white, as you can see before you. So is the rest of the room. Find the key and unlock your trap, or you will become the splash of color. Live or die, make your choice. Drake the sort of miscreant to say, we got company, when the cops arrive. Combining the foreground with the background, it looks like he's wearing a karate gi, and he's in between rounds of competing at the Olympics. Drake's the type of guy to karate chop a big pile of blocks and a little crack appears but it doesn't break all the way and he jumps up and down holding his hand going ouchie ouchie ouch. First you said you were eating lunch, and now you're eating dinner. What is the truth? Your Honor, when my client the defendant claimed that Mr. Derry had that gum jabber type pussy, two things are clear. He had never read Dune, and he had never personally met the plaintiff. An old man has been spotted eating a peanut butter sandwich all alone on his little porch. I don't dress for men. I dress for whoever that finds my body rotting in the woods. Stoners explain why they prefer crappy weed. Where's that post about needing a disclaimer for articles written by white journalists? I instantly knew. Though it sounds weird to say it, I feel nostalgic for the weed I'd buy in high school. Cheap bags full of forest green shake that resembled, or might have been, oregano. This stuff is so medical chronic as Budweiser is to whatever microbrew beer bros are drooling over these days. I could chain smoke it all evening long while just maintaining a slight buzz. Whenever I'd express this opinion to heavy smokers, they'd call me a narc, tell me to get a vape, or suggest I purchase a used Sabbath record to jerk off into. But the more I started asking around, the more stoners I found who felt a similar soft spot for shake. Here's what a variety of weed lovers, who wish to remain anonymous, told me about why they like their pot weak. I literally hope he dies. And to think we elected this man president.
Howdy folks, I hope that you all enjoyed episode 344 of Top Tumblr Memes. If you did, feel free to drop a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And if you're able to go the extra mile in supporting myself and supporting the channel, feel free to click the join button next to the subscribe button and become a channel member. That would be greatly appreciated. Thank you all for any and all interaction with the video, any likes, comments, responses to the question of the day. It's all greatly appreciated. It'll all help me get to my goal of 14,000 subscribers by the end of the year, so please keep it up. Keep an eye out for a couple of theme videos as well as the bi-weekly binge video. That should be coming out. Those should be coming out. I know I've been saying that, but I mean it. Well, my question of the day is, what do you all think we should do to celebrate episode 365, which indicates it'll be a little bit later because I missed days in between, but it'll represent like a full cycle of memes, you know what I'm saying. So what should we do? I guess that's the question of the day. What should we do to celebrate episode 365 of Top Tumblr Memes, a full year's worth, not a calendar year, but video year's worth of memes? Let me know if you all have any suggestions in the comments. I look forward to reading them. I hope that you all have a wonderful morning, evening, afternoon, night, whatever time of day it is for you, and I'll see you all tomorrow with episode 345 of Top Tumblr Memes. Peace out, guys.